Here I am. There you are, guys. Facebook, guys, namaste. God bless. How are all of you? I hope I got all my stuff together because I've been fiddle-faddling here for the last hour trying to get everything together, but I think I'm good. It's a very special day today. It's two national day-ofs today, and it's probably, one's mine. I mean, I live on this stuff, but it's National Egg Day. For all my baby chick-loving friends, I mean, this is the day of abundance. We love eggs. I love eggs. I mean, anybody who knows me, I'm sure you can attest to that, or I'll send a plate of my half dozen eggs that I have every day. And within 20 minutes, it's gone. And that's just, I love it. It's changed everything physically about me, for the good, mind you, as we were told for many years, which is quite sad how bad they are when really they're the essence of good health and protein. And next is National Repeat Day. I had to take a ride down memory lane today. Yeah, I had to take a ride down. Oh, actually, I was kind of forced to. You guys know freaking construction's going on now, and the highways are a bloody mess. You know, leaving Mom's today, I was a little bit late because I was doing my appointments in the morning and then shopping for her later. I left a little bit late, and sure enough, the construction traffic just started to heat up towards the afternoon rush. I said, wait, let me get off here. I said, you know what? I don't care if it takes longer. I just want to keep moving. You know, I ever do that? I don't like just sit in traffic. To me, honestly, you're like a sitting target. You're just waiting for somebody who fell asleep at the wheel come along and take you out. But I got off the exit in Wallingford, right next to the old Meriden line. I said, let me go down memory lane. And I said, hi, I'm Jerry. I'm your tour guide today. Let's take you back to where you used to be and what you used to repeatedly think about every day and be involved in every day. And sure in hell's enough, as I'm going along the route down Route 5, back up to where I am here in Middletown, boy, did I get a lot to handle. And I was like, wow. I said, why? And here I am, you know, I mean, Mr. asking a lot of questions. How did I get from here to there? From point A to point B? And this is a question you guys got to ask yourself. If you were going through that life kind of situation right now where you think things are falling apart, when actually they're not falling apart, they're rebuilding. And that's what I didn't understand. And that's why I really had to take into account that inspiration and motivation were not helping me. Maybe for a second, like I always say with that kind of content, it's like a Red Bull. You get an instant jack, but eventually it comes back down because you're surrounded by the environment that's creating what? Your mood. How do you feel every day? And driving along that path, even though it took me a good 20 minutes longer to get home, but who knows? Like I said, with traffic, who the hell knows? To me, I'm just going to keep moving right along. I saw all the old places. I mean, I could have counted, the businesses that I left, basically my information, just to find something, to find work. At that time back then, I literally found enough money to buy a half dozen donuts for my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And people say, oh, you could have moved in with your family and this and that. No, yeah, indeed, I could have. But would that have solved the problem? No, it wouldn't have solved the problem. It wouldn't have given me my personal power. You know, I had to walk through the old tar pits to realize that I wasn't stuck. I was putting myself there. A lot of us have put ourselves in our own demise, not realizing it, but blaming life as a result. I was the product of the surroundings. I was letting the surroundings dictate my mood. And what did I think my mood of was? A failure. And how life had thrown all these curves at me when I created the fastball. People have a hard time understanding that. They really do. They have a hard time realizing they create their own storms, so don't get pissed off when it rains. And that's the science behind your mood. That's the science behind what they call energy physics that I'm going to delve into tonight, because we're all intertwined. You know, I'm going deep. I'm not just talking about the reality that's created. I'm calling the subatomic level of quantum science. And for you guys to realize that it's a life changer. It's all a matter of changing your mood, your energy, what you surround yourself with as far as that energy. And I'm going to read to you something from the Bashara that I came across in a reel But all this happened today because of a reel that I posted, and I said, where did you get that from? I've been searching for that everywhere, and there was this depiction of a little figure, looking at this guy who was smiling with a big jar, and in that jar was called happiness, and it said, "Yeah, I created it myself," and what that depiction means, yeah, it's quite, it's cute with little depictions and the happiness and the butterflies. But what did that really mean? He found happiness and he jarred it. In other words, if you find your sweet spot in life, you put that right in the jar and you consume that every day. That's going to be your turning point. That's going to be where life says, wow, this is how it's supposed to be. That's what happened to me. I jarred up misery. I jarred up failure. I jarred up all who I once was, kept repeating it for National Day of Repeating, and therefore the environment was created in my life. That's what they call energy physics, because basically all I was doing was repeating the process of living in the mood that I was creating every day. Literally. Happiness is the choice, so is misery. You have every day to get up, and yeah, your circumstances might suck. Yeah, you might be alone. Yeah, you might not have the money you want. But when you really break it down to and understand that you're the source of creating all that, you'll be very careful about what you're emitting every day. That's the choice that we have as beings here having a spiritual experience, because we're creating from a subatomic level of quantum physics, hence energy physics. And the Bashara had these great words that I wish that I knew way back when, but they were a great lesson, because evolution takes time. Indeed. Evolution, I mean, the caterpillar is just moving really slow to get to that butterfly stage in life. It's really just kind of moseying along, knowing that it's going to have the instinct to turn into this amazing creature. That's what we have. We have the instinct to create it, but the question is, when are you going to get out of what you were to what you want to become? It's a choice, completely and utterly up to you. Bashara said, if you are really in the vibration of your passion, nothing negative can happen. I'll read that again. If you are really in the vibration of your passion, nothing negative can actually happen again. Listen to this. If you move in the direction of your passion and something negative happens, it's not because your passion, it's because you left the vibration of your passion. Think about that. Because of old patterns, belief, self-talk. Does the mood kind of substantiate what I'm getting into right here? So once you get back into your passion, that will dissolve. Hence, repeat. What was the Bashara saying? And this is something for you guys to ponder for yourself. If you move in the direction of your passion and something negative happens, it's not because your passion, it's because you left the vibration. Hence, you stop repeating what made you happy. You stop repeating that jar effect that I was talking about in the reel. You stop repeating the person that you're trying to become. You've left the quantum field, hence the entanglement of energy physics. That alone should give you guys a wake-up call, because it's not that bad things happen to us. It's that we're creating the source to attract the bad things to happen to us. That's the epiphany that I had back then. Was, yeah, I might be in a shit show right now, but at least I can create the mindset of it. Hence the science project I always tell you guys that I've been involved in for the last 12, 15 years. That science project was understanding that, yeah, motivation and inspiration are awesome. They're great. They're a temporary fix. But I want to find a fix that I want to live in. I want to find a fix that I can really relate to. And that was just changing my mood to a happy, passionate, peaceful soul. And living that, jarring it every day, like the depiction in the picture, and following through on that every day. What happened was, it was a scale, like a seismic scale of earthquakes up and down, until I finally realized the pattern. Good days, bad days, good days, bad days, bad days. And said, wait, I control the mood here. I control everything in my life. It's up to me to make the conscious choice, hence journaling. That's why I do it every day, to anchor who I want to be. It stopped the chaos. And you can stop the chaos in your life. You can have a National Repeat Day every day for yourself if you make the conscious choice to do it. And there was a friggin' rebel back in the late 1600s. He actually passed away. He lived to be a young 83. And to be born in the late 1600s to live to basically 1778, we're talking about the Frenchman Voltaire, or Voltaire, V-O-L-T-A-I-R-E. I'm not good with the French, man, but this guy was a friggin' rebel. He was against the Catholic Church, but loved God. So go figure. What he didn't like was the structured slavery the Catholic Church was implementing on people as far as being servants, constantly serving God, giving nothing to yourself, serving God. He's saying, wait, how can I create from out of the quote box tonight, the most important decision you make is to be in a good mood. How can I create that good mood if I'm always serving something and not giving myself any kind of peace or happiness in my life? And he was charges of blaspheme. This guy was he was a French philosopher, poet, and writer back then. He penned some amazing books about just the being of oneself. Did that get him into a whole lot of trouble? Oh my goodness, did it? Because he was going against what Catholicism was telling people. Serve, serve, serve. Do nothing but serve God. Nothing matters except some deity outside of you. He's saying, wait, Meatball, you have to control your mood to control your life, not a deity. Yes, I believe in a higher power, but I am the higher power as well. And people couldn't get that. Back in Frenchman time, they couldn't get that. They went against this man. He just kept pushing forward and pushing forward with his writings and his teachings. And he had some great words. And he said, every man is guilty of all the good he did not do. And this is this is the great thing about life. When you realize life is just an amazing entanglement of your thoughts and feelings in the quantum realm, connecting to the same, hence the law of attraction, who you are at that moment. So it's imperative. It's imperative that you stay in the mood that you want or you're shooting for every day. Repeat it, practice it, and you're going to create more of it. And there's an actual set of words for energy physics. And I want to share them with you guys, and I'll let you enjoy your Tuesday. Frequency, the fact or condition of occurring, or condition of occurrence. In other words, when I kept putting out those same feelings of when I actually identified myself as the person I've always wanted to be, that's when I started becoming the frequency of it. And resonance, which is a great word. Resonance, a quality state of being, hence resonate your vibration. If things are happening that you don't want to happen, you got to look at the kind of power you're emitting every day. This is what they're talking about, the subatomic level. How are the atoms reacting in that so-called being that you are to attract more of the same shit going on in your life? And the last word is harmony, a pleasing arrangement of the parts, hence congruent. To me, those three words alone are the recipe for you to realize how truly powerful you are, the immense power that we carry every day, and the amazing choice of us having it, choosing it, wanting it, or being it every day. If your life is a shit show, what kind of actor are you playing? What kind of character have you adopted? It took me a friggin' decade to realize this, but yeah, I had to learn all the teachings, and I had to go through all the morass of the caterpillar slow effect, the 10-year factor, to turn in and to evolve into the butterfly that I am. You have to consider, what kind of butterfly are you creating? What kind of person do you want to be? You invoke the character trait of who you are, and you live in that every day. You can't help but to manifest it. That's the beauty about quantum science. The beauty of energy physics is you are your own science project in motion, literally energy in motion, because you're living in emotion every day. What emotion are you emitting? What kind of person are you? What kind of character are you getting up to every day? Like me, I was starring in the film The Failure. That was me, and I lived in that every day. It's only when I woke up knowing that I have something to give life, that's when things started to change. That's when I started to evolve slowly, which people don't have the patience for, slowly into the butterfly that I am now and still am evolving every day, because you don't want to become complacent. You always want to, I'm so, you want to be so intrigued by life every day about what you're creating, because that's when it becomes interesting. You start monitoring your thoughts every day, and try it. Like I said, it may sound overwhelming, but it's not, because when you know what you're thinking, you know what you're gonna create. It's like having a menu at the restaurant every day. It's like, when you have this goal, the goals in front of you, I'm ordering this, I'm ordering this, I'm ordering that. You're going to start creating synchronicities to match that, because that's going to be your energy physics in action. The entanglements of all the subatomic particles and the atoms all coming together to match what you're sending out. So if you're trying, keep believing, keep your mood happy, keep your authentic self open and available to receive it, and let go of the mental blocks that are obstructing it. My own success in life, my own feeling of success, was just being myself. Imagine that. People's success is having $1 billion. That's great. God bless you. People's success is having your soulmate. That's great. God bless. Whatever entanglement of the energy physics you want to encumber every day, be it 1,000%. Doesn't matter. Don't let anyone take your peace. Don't let anyone change your mental state. Yeah, it might be a temporary thing like motivation and or inspiration, but don't let it be anchored into the person you've always wanted to become. It's that state of mind every day. It's that state of being that should really give you a jolt, knowing that you have complete control. You're literally your own self-fulfilling prophecy, if you choose to be. You want life to shit you out and just spit you out all over the place, that's fine. You make the conscious choice every day to have life run the show, or you become the main actor in your own story. You believing in yourself. Yeah, it might sound kind of passe, believe in myself, but it's so true. Until you anchor that belief into your subconscious mind repetitiously on this National Repeat Day, you're going to start creating that kind of outlook in your life. And it's something for you guys to really, really grasp, because energy physics is the part that you can't see that's creating what you can see. And I'm going to leave you with the Vishara one more time. And for you guys to really, who came on late with America's Mentor, he said, if you are really in the vibration of your passion, nothing negative actually can happen. Really think about that. If you're in the constant flow of feeling successful, love, abundance, really think about it. If you monitor that kind of thought process every day, if you're really, truly living in the state, like I do every day, I monitor the states that I'm living in, and it has helped me tremendously. It's gotten me out of chaos and craziness, but it just brought me to enlightenment and peace. If you guys can have that in your life, really, you're going to create the most amazing things. He goes on to say, if you move in the direction of your passion and something negative does happen, it's not because your passion, it's because you left a vibration. Hence you were triggered by your 5 senses. See, hear, smell, taste, and touch. That's when I drove down memory lane today. I smiled. Not in a way saying, wow, look what I did. No, look what I understood in life. Look what I understood to overcome. I didn't have to be around that anymore because I chose not to be around that anymore. I didn't have to live on specks and crumbs every day. I knew I could create the best life I wanted to be. These are the words you got to tell yourself if you're going through something right now that doesn't feel right. You got to change your move, like Voltaire said. You got to change who you are, the character in the play that you keep jumping on stage every day once you get out of bed to enact every day. Because what you enact is what you're going to create. So guys, enjoy your Tuesday. It's off to dinner. It was a late day for me, so I'm going to get off to bed real soon, guys. American Mentor _radio. I hope this helped. Understanding life is not hard. Realizing you're a science project on the palette is your thoughts every day that you're creating this amazing picture from. You start being very careful about what you're sending out to the universe every day. So like I said, America's Mentor _radio on Instagram, guys. Much love to YouTube. Hashtag America's Mentor. Please follow me, subscribe on YouTube. Enjoy your Tuesday on this National Egg Day, because that's what I'm going to go make now. I didn't have a chance to make them before, guys. Enjoy your day. I'll talk to you guys real soon, guys. God bless.